Okay, I had a big win Saturday, and won the SEC West. We enjoyed it Saturday. We got to Sunday, we put it behind us. And now we're looking forward to Georgia playing the SEC championship game. Talking about one of the more talented teams in the country. In Georgia, you're talking about two of the more talented running backs in the country on the same team. Defensively, a whole lot of talent, a whole lot of speed. Special teams, they do a very good job. They hurt us in the return game. We're going to have to do a lot better job in the way we cover kicks. That's really one of the things that stood out to me in the last game. But overall, real proud of our team, like I said, after the game to get us to this point. And looking forward to going to Atlanta and playing one of the more talented teams in the country. Questions?
Yes, Kevin said that it's kind of a guessing game because you kind of think, okay, they may do some things different. How do you balance that with knowing what?
Yeah, I think the fact that there's been other teams that played each other during the year and then they play each other in the championship game. I think what makes this thing unique is it was 3 weeks ago that we played. From a coach's standpoint, when you play another opponent, you look at the last game. There's no doubt about that, and what you could have done better. You try to predict what they're going to do. They try to predict what you're going to do. But we know each other pretty well. Probably from the standpoint of just playing so recent.
What's the latest on carry-on? Do you think you'll be able to practice today?
We'll see. I think it's going to be a day-to-day deal. He was better yesterday than he was the day before. So we'll see where that goes and, when he's ready to get out there.
Cam Martin.
Yeah, Cam Martin will practice. Cam Martin will practice.
Carry on, is it related to the shoulder surgery he had after his freshman year?
I don't know if that's the case. I mean, you saw the play, that, he landed on it kind of awkwardly.
Is Carry on the type of player where he can't practice this week, but he's given a clear to go on Saturday that you feel comfortable just because of the veteran guy that he is?
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, he's not just a veteran guy. I mean, he's one of the better players in college football right now, and he's a great competitor, like I said before. And this is a big game, and he'll do what he can. I mean, he'll do what he can.
Gus, how limited is his range of motion in that right arm right now?
I'm not going to get into being a doctor right now about all that stuff. That sounds like something I'd ask Dr. Andrews, So I hadn't asked him yet. I'll probably ask him Wednesday, and I'll get back with you.
Hey, on the retroactive 12-man on the field penalties they had on fourth down
Yeah.
in the game, you were pretty upset. And you get animated. We've seen you do that many years, but was that peak angry Gus right there?
I mean, that was a big moment in the game. I mean, they had 4 guys not set in motion, and that was a unique moment. Now, it's a big play in the game. I mean, a lot on the line. And so, yeah, I'm not going to be happy when something like that happens.
Can you remember being more angry than that on a football field?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I've been pretty angry now. I mean, I'll twist off from time to time now. I mean, but yeah, I was pretty worked up, but I should have been. That was a big moment.
Did they say that the illegal procedure was not reviewable?
No, it's not reviewable.
All right.
That's not reviewable. The 12 men on the field was reviewable. And anyway, that's behind us.
Yeah.
But I was pretty worked up.
Gus, Kevin talked Sunday about there were only 2 plays where they brought more than 4 guys against Alabama last Saturday. As an offensive coach, how much harder does it make it when the other team can do that?
Yeah. I mean, anytime that you can get pressure, on a quarterback only rushing 4, it changes everything. And that's usually a sign of a very good defense.
Let's talk about what that defensive line has meant to this.
Yeah, I tell you what, they've they were a very talented group. We knew we had a chance to be pretty good up front this year, but what they've done is they've gotten better each week, and they're just playing with that edge and that confidence, and they've been controlling the line of scrimmage, and we're going to have to continue to do that. I mean, the reality is, we played very well the first time we played these guys, but they're still one of the better rushing teams in all of college football, and they're impressive on what they do, and I'm sure they're going to have some new wrinkles and some things like that.
Gus, you've had some really good defensive lines since you've been here. Are these guys as good as anybody you've had?
I think right now I would have to say yes, the way they're playing. I mean, they're playing at a high level. at times they're dominating and playing in the other opponent's backfield. So, and they're putting pressure on the quarterback too. And so if you can control the line of scrimmage and put pressure on the quarterback, I mean that's as good as it gets. And we're going to have to do that again this week because, like I said, they're very, very talented.
Gus, you talked about the importance of Marlon being able to play inside and outside and Nick Pitt at the same time.
Yeah, both those guys are so flexible, and both of them are very athletic, and it gives us flexibility. And anytime you can do that, and especially on passing downs, put a little bit more speed inside, it definitely helps.
Gus, what does it mean when a guy like Trey Williams goes out and does what he did Saturday, and not only comes over the phone, but just to be able to play and do the things he did?
Yeah, I'm so proud of Trey. I mean, Trey's one of our captains, and he has been battling an injury for probably 6 or 7 weeks, and it's kind of been one of those tough things for him. And there was questions, earlier in the week, last week, if he was going to be able to play. And not only did he play, but he played at a high level, and he was able to finish the game. And I know that gives him confidence moving forward. But he's one of our leaders.
You know how when you have a new quarterback, you kind of not know what he's made of until he performs like he did against Jordan Alvin, until he does it on the big stage and handles that as well as Jared did.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of not know really what the quarterback's
Yeah.
You learn a lot about.
Oh yeah. I mean, the bigger the game, you learn about everything. I mean, no matter what it's quarterback or another position, and he's got a comfort right now. I mean, he's playing just comfortable football, and there was some guys rushing the passer last week that are dynamic that were right around him, and he was real relaxed and got rid of the football and then got hit, and so he's playing a lot more comfortable than he was earlier in the year.
So were you at all, you've played 2 big games at home, really have fed off the energy of the crowd. Now you're going to the new stadium there in Atlanta where there's certainly going to be a lot of Georgia fans that have known for a while. Does that concern you at all? You'll be in more of a hostile environment?
Yeah, it's the championship game, and it's going to be loud and everything that goes with it. And we'll have a good crowd too. So, I'm not concerned about that.
You guys have had these big seasons more early in Coach Chiswick's tenure, early in your tenure.
Say it again.
You guys have had these big seasons early in your tenure,
Okay.
early in Coach Chiswick's tenure, but now,
Yeah.
do you feel like this is kind of a built to last situation, like you guys are really stable?
I think you can kind of see. I know we talked about it, earlier in the year about where our program's at, and we felt like coming into this year, we finally had some quality depth through recruiting. We had a lot of the pieces of the puzzle that what it takes, and so yeah, we're in a real good spot, and the future is very bright, and we have the ability to sustain it. Now we got to do it. You gotta do all the stuff, but we're a lot more stable right now than any other time that I've been here at Auburn. So I feel good about where we're at.
What does Trey Matthews mean to this defense? Not just his ability on the field, but his leadership and experience.
Yeah, he's the leader. When he talks, they all listen, and he's got that edge about him that really rubs off on his other teammates, and not just defensively, but all the teammates. And he's playing at a high level. He's playing with that chip on his shoulder.
Gus, what is it about getting the ball to the perimeter? You guys have done it a lot on screens, especially to Ryan, but you did it to Darius this past week. Did it against Georgia a lot. Obviously, it worked out really well on the carry-on touchdown, but there's also a lot of other screens in that game. Just what has it been the last few weeks to hit the ball on the perimeter?
Yeah, I think you've got. To be a good offense, you got to be good between the tackles. You got to be good on the perimeter, and you got to have the ability to throw the ball down the field. And I just think Chip has kind of got this offense where they've got the ability to do both. And when we play really good, we're successful in all 3 areas. And he's built it that way. And like I said, we got to continue to be good in all 3 areas. And the challenge is playing great defenses again. There's a great defense, and what it'll be. 3 out of the last 4 games we played, top 5 defenses. I don't know any other offenses having to do that.
What's the biggest thing that your special team coverage units need to do better?
Cover and tackle. Really, it's that simple. We've got to be desperate to cover. We got to get off blocks, and we got to tackle. And gang tackle, because their returner, I mean, he's a very talented young man, and he's scary. So that's really as simple as it gets.
Austin Wilson said after the game started, it's going to be tough getting over that game. I mean, you had to do it obviously in 13.
Yeah.
Moving forward, what are you doing in the locker room and the meeting room to make sure they move forward?
Yeah, you look back at 13, and I mean, I was real concerned about being able to get over that because it was so crazy at the end and everything that went, and I was very concerned. Could we have that high of emotion and be able to rebound and play? This team's a lot more stable, and I mean, you're definitely concerned, but I feel great about it because when we got in here Sunday, team, it was flip the page. I mean, that was over with. We'll think about how fun that was after the season. I mean, they've got the gold. They put it up there the very first, day of fall camp. We want to win the SEC championship, and they weren't like shy about it, trying to hide it from outside people. That's just what our goal was. And they put themselves out there, and now it's right in front of them. And we got a mature team. They're not going to be distracted, I'll tell you that. Now we're playing a big-time team, and you got to play them twice, and everything that goes with that. We got to play our best football. And that's what we've been talking about. We've been talking about we got to play our best football, and very few teams can do that towards the end. So we got to play better than we did Saturday, and that's what's on their mind, and that's our challenge.
You have referred to the previous 5 weeks as your own playoff.
Yeah.
But now that you have a championship game now,
Yeah.
you start saying, hey, this is to get to the playoff.
I'm not telling our strategies, but we're worried about this game.
You won't even tell me if you're telling
No, I'm not going to tell you what I'm telling the team, other than this is our championship week and this is our championship game, and we'll worry about that afterwards.
In the vein of the kick return, in a dome setting, do you feel more confident to go to Daniel and say, hey, kick the ball out of the end zone and start on 25? I mean, he's consistently been able to do that.
Yeah. Usually inside, obviously, there's no elements, and Daniel's got a great leg, and so that'll definitely help being inside, I think.
Did he just miss hit the one that they returned?
He did. He hadn't mishit very many in his career, but that was one of them.
Gus, beating Georgia team obviously got great confidence 3 weeks ago. Then you beat Alabama, #1 team, 2 times in basically 3 weeks. Does that kind of offset mentally and getting this team ready, you think, to beat another team twice?
Well, I mean, the experience of how you got to this point, it helps you, I think, from the standpoint of a lot about how your team's going to react in certain situations. Because it's going to be a dogfight Saturday, there's no doubt. And there's going to be adversity, and we got to overcome it. But I like where we're at and how we've gotten here. A lot of times it's how you get to where you're at that can help you moving forward. And we've experienced just a little bit of everything this year, if you really look at it. And, that hopefully that'll help on Saturday.
Even if Terrion can play, he's been extraordinary in blitz pickup the last several weeks, Gus, and I'm sure with some limitations this week, even if he can play. If he can't go out there in certain passing situations, you've not ever turned to Cam Martin. He's just that much smaller against Clemson in particular. Malik Miller or Devin Barrett haven't had that experience. Would you look to put a Chandler Cox or somebody in the backfield for blitz pickup?
Yeah, I'll just say this. I got confidence in all of our running backs in pass protection, and some of them had a lot of opportunities during games. Some of them have had limited opportunities, but just from the practices and scrimmages, we got a lot of confidence in all of our running backs in protection.
Gus, can you talk about Sean Davis' junior season and how big he's going to be Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, he's playing his best football right now, and I've said it before. He's kind of a coach on the field. He can dissect things, and he thinks like an offensive coordinator. He can think ahead of what's coming, and he's got a unique ability. I mean, when we're practicing offense against defense, I mean, he knows a lot what's going on.
How much better you guys when you have him and Trey out here?
Yeah, you're talking about 2 veterans. Of course, we're confident in other guys that we rotate too, but those are 2 really veteran players that are very hard-nosed.
You're able to hold Sonny Michel next to 46 yards combined. Kevin Seal says, that's tough to replicate, but
Right.
Does it start with them once again, slowing them down?
I mean, they're one of the top rushing teams in all college football, if not the best. I mean, it does. And, when you do that, you worry about the passing game and everything that goes with it. And, their quarterback has a more experience than he did when he played us, three more games or whatever, 2 more games. So, but you got to stop the run. And them running backs are phenomenal, and I think everybody knows that.
What have you noticed from Georgia in the 2 games since that they've played?
They drilled the 2 teams they played. I mean, they came out and put them away and played good football. I mean, you're talking about one of the best teams in the country. I mean, they're really good, and they've showed that through the whole season. I mean, they're talented. They're well coached. I mean, they're one of the top teams in the country.
Did that LSU loss change you at all as a coach? I mean, did you do anything differently or look at anything differently?
I don't know if it changed me. I don't know. Anytime you go through adversity, you have to look at everything. And I don't know if it changed me, but, we just were to a point, we just kind of drew the line. Here's what we've got to do. If we're going to reach our goal, here's what we have to do. And a tribute to our players and our coaching staff that they just rolled up their sleeves. And they did it. And they got it done. And, when you have your back against the wall and you have to win every week on the road in our league and at home against 2 number 1 teams, that's a lot of pressure. But our team did that, and I'm real proud of those guys getting us to where we're at after that LSU game, because it was the sky was falling type deal. And a lot of guys were shooting arrows at us, and this group really just came together and got us to this point. And so I'm real proud that we're here.
There have been teams in the past that may not necessarily have faced what you guys have faced these last 3-4 weeks, but putting that much energy into
Right.
knock off top teams,
Yeah.
and they kind of run out of gas physically. What do you sense from your team going to stand?
I think from the standpoint we got a mature bunch, a hungry bunch, I don't think that'll happen. And we're finally to this point. And Sunday when we went out, to practice, it was great energy, and they're excited. It's finally here, and so there's something to be said for that. But no, we won't have any kind of emotional letdown, this type of game.
Coach, you guys are really going towards something really unprecedented. When you go from where you were in Baton Rouge a month or so ago to beating the number 1 team, following that up a couple of weeks later, beating the number 1 team again, now facing what's probably going to be a top 5 team.
Right.
From a personal level, you also kind of have to live in a fishbowl, and you're constantly have someone in your face after each one of these huge emotionally pivotal moments. Have you had an opportunity to kind of sit back and look at this in a broad sense as to what you guys have been able to do?
No, I think you got to wait till after the year, and then you think back. You got to go week to week, and you got to figure out a way to get a little bit better each week. And you can't worry. Now, I need to say this too. LSU is probably one of the better teams in the country too. I know they were going through some stuff at that time, but they're really good. So, it kind of puts things in a little bit better perspective too when you look at the whole thing.
Given all the hype that was around Jarrett preseason and the way the season started, did you ever feel like you have to manage him? How was his confidence, I guess?
No. If you remember in fall camp, I was saying, hey, we got to give this guy time. I mean, we knew he was talented in spring, but we got to give him time because, in fairness to him, he played 3 or 4 games in his whole life in college football and fixing to enter this league with the best defenses. And then we had to play Clemson at Clemson. They got one of the best defenses. So we just had to give him time to get the experience and get used to his teammates and get used to his coordinators. Coordinator get used to him, and so it just took a little time for him to start becoming more comfortable. And Chip was learning about him too and learning his strengths, trying to put him in good situations to build around his strengths. So, I think it's really as simple as that. Just he's a very, very talented young man. Now that he's running the football some, it's really opened up other things, and he's playing at a high level. At the quarterback position, what you got to do. If you have a chance to win a championship in our league, your quarterback has to play at a high level, and he's done that so far, and he'll need to do it again Saturday.
Do you guys hunt matchups more with Stidham, his ability to throw the ball all over the field? Do you hunt more?
Yeah, here's what he gives us ability. He can make every throw. So when you can make every throw, from a coach's standpoint, it opens up the playbook, and it gives you more flexibility that if they're cheating in one area that you can take advantage of. Because he's got an arm. He can go hash to hash, sideline to sideline, and that helps.
Gus, can you talk about Ryan Davis, what he's done to
Yeah.
become such a more effective player this year?
You know, Ryan's playing with a lot of confidence right now, and Ryan's been a talented young man for a while, but he's to a point now he wants the ball, and he's desperate to get open, and I know Jared has a comfort with him. He did a great job Saturday, and, you know, he's played well really all year.
Looked like you ran a variation of fight song there on Saturday.
Yeah.
Not too many times that hasn't worked out.
Yeah, maybe we need to call that more. That was, you hit it on the head. You actually called the name of the play.
You had Austin in motion at one point. didn't you?
We did?
You had Austin in motion. That's a big guy in motion there.
Yeah, that was one of Chip's plays right there. That was one of his old favorites that he got. A 2-point play.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Can Austin catch?
He's an athlete.
All right, good.
Okay, thanks.